Hey there, struggling artists. You know, there sure are a lot of us. So many who have invested years into a studio practice we're passionate about. Or at least were at one time. Maybe you're one of those artists who have figured out the hard way just how difficult and risky it really is to earn a living wage off artistic labor while maintaining creative control. If so, I have good news. If you have just enough charisma and resources, there is an alternative that might just free you from this grind. Do you have what it takes to be an artist guru? There's an endless supply of aspiring artists who haven't yet learned what you have. They might be young folks in art school or just out of school and starting to realize that a degree in fine arts didn't prepare them for the business side of art. They might be older folks who don't enjoy their current occupation, have always wanted to be a professional artist, and are getting up the courage to change careers. They might even be artists like you, who have been trying to make it for a while, either without much success or in a way which has left them exhausted and alienated from their artistic practice. All of these people are yearning for answers. They desire tools that will both financially liberate them and reignite their passion for art making. In other words, they are potential clients, just waiting for the right guru. Here's the key. If you do it creatively enough, peddling hope and general business advice to aspiring artists can be easier, more fun, less time-consuming, and far more lucrative than continuing to try to make a living off your art. That is, if you have what it takes. Decide how you're going to make money. There are many different ways to make money as an art guru. Your goal could simply be to attract paying subscribers or patrons, or to offer online workshops and consultation. Or maybe you simply want to raise your platform so you could sell more books and more art. However you choose to make money with your art guru project, never lose sight of profit as the main focus. Being a guru isn't part of your art or personal passion. This endeavor is about making money as easily and efficiently as possible. That said, your clients or followers can't know that. They must be convinced that your work as a guru is a calling. Otherwise, the jig is up. This is about much more than catchy slogans and memorable logos, although those are important too. You must develop your guru persona. Are you an extraordinary beacon of confidence with the Midas touch? Or maybe you were the guru who hit rock bottom and then clawed their way back up to success. Or maybe you're just super relatable to everyday Joe and Janes, basically representing the shinier version of who they want to be. Develop a style that fits you so it can be easily maintained in the public sphere. You are a character, specifically the lovable protagonist. Take all the most distinct and appealing aspects of who you are and tell your ideal story. Be sure to include all your relatable struggles and, of course, how they were all overcome. Once you have a sense of the overall style and personality of the project, put it all together in a slick presentation. This is where developing catchy slogans and memorable logos comes in. If you don't know how to build a professional-looking website, shop around for a good, affordable service and pay. If you aren't a photographer, pay a real photographer to take the photos you need for your website. This part does require a lot of work and expense, but most of it is only required at the start, and it's absolutely necessary to present legitimacy. In your followers, you want to cultivate a cycle of bliss and despair. If you are offering services to the public, insist that anyone can use these tools if they just learn to properly. Constantly compliment your followers and convince them that they have enormous potential for success. Mention the downs and the challenges, but gloss over the details. Make every challenge seem surmountable. If and when your followers fail to achieve their goals, they must blame it on their own shortcomings, not the economic system of capitalism that disenfranchises all but a tiny sliver of privileged and lucky people from successfully achieving professional artist status. Emphasize that those who follow your program will only get back what they put into it. What you're offering is knowledge, a valuable education, but the sort which is sexier and cheaper than college, and therefore a better deal. In fact, it helps to disparage institutions of higher education. It's easy to do this because most people already have an intuitive sense that much of higher education is a reflection of class-based hierarchies. prey on both the resentment of people who went to art school and now can't make a living, and the insecurities of those who have no formal degrees in the arts. Once people have fallen into despair, they will long to restore their hope. You want them to remember how good you made them feel. You are cultivating a brand that will elicit bliss. If it actually helps aspiring artists to achieve some of their goals, that's great. Use that for testimonials. But when it comes down to it, if you knew how to solve all the problems of making a living as an artist while maintaining creative control, you'd be doing it yourself instead of spending time convincing other artists you can teach them. The point here isn't to help people succeed in their goals. It's to get them to look up to you as an inspiring mentor, so they'll keep coming back and you'll keep making money. This cycle of hope and bliss, followed by struggle, failure, despair, and then longing for new hope, results in clients coming back again and again for more. It's the same thing that self-help gurus do. Ever notice that most self-help authors don't publish one book? Many of them even hold conventions or offer personalized consultations. If they actually offered solutions that worked, one tell-all book would be sufficient. But if they merely offer the hope and the illusion of wisdom, they can lure more and even the same people back again and again with ever more of the same generic advice, but repackaged under their unique and inspiring brand. Now maybe you're having some bad feels about the hypocrisy of giving people who might be frustrated, depressed, or even desperate advice on how to achieve what you either haven't or haven't consistently maintained yourself. Well, don't. Just put all that guilt aside. It's not your fault that this economic system consolidates ever-increasing amounts of wealth into the hands of fewer and fewer people. Yes, gurus take advantage of a broken system, but what's the alternative? Letting yourself slip through the cracks? There are a heck of a lot of artists who make money giving other artists advice on how to be happier and more successful. If you had the charisma and modest resources necessary to do so, you'd be a fool not to get in on that racket. And besides, most of the people who are drawn to and can afford to pay for workshops and consultation on how to be successful artists are white middle-class women, and they'll be just fine. What else are they going to do with their moderate amount of privilege? Organize with each other to demand socioeconomic justice from wealth hoarders who perpetuate a system that turns the rest of us into wage slaves or dependents? Good luck with that. Packaged the right way, this art guru stuff sells because facing how patriarchy disempowers women and how capitalism forces most people to give up more meaningful labor to become cogs in someone else's money-making machine is a real downer. You know what's not a downer? Getting in touch with one's inner muse and believing a steady income will follow. So just relax, get in touch with your inner guru, and let that guru take care of you.